You keep the memory of what I failed to give. I keep the memory of what you chose to take. We place them on the table without flinching, two careful piles that do not cancel out. I watch you read the list I wrote in anger. You watch me read the one you wrote in pain. Neither of us reaches to erase a single line. We only breathe and let the paper stay. The inventory is finished, nothing left to hide. Yet somehow we are still here choosing. After the inventory we remain, not because the damage has been balanced, but because the love refused to leave the room. We sit inside the wreckage we both made and find a strange new quiet in the honesty that does not ask the past to disappear. You touch the scar I gave you without speaking. I touch the one you left and do not pull away. We have stopped pretending either of us is blameless, stop needing the other to be first to yield. The evenings feel less heavy than they used to, even though the weight is still exactly there. We have learned to carry it together now, instead of using it to keep each other down. The inventory is finished, nothing left to hide. Yet somehow we are still here staying. After the inventory we remain, not because the damage has been balanced, but because the love refused to leave the room. We sit inside the wreckage we both made and find a strange new quiet in the honesty that does not ask the past to disappear. Some nights the list still whispers from the drawer. Some nights we almost reach to add another line and look across the space and choose again the harder, quieter option of remaining. We do not call it healing yet, only presence. The decision to keep breathing in the same air. After the inventory we remain, not because the damage has been balanced, but because the love refused to leave the room. We sit inside the wreckage we both made and find a strange new quiet in the my own. I called it love because the word was soft, but it was only shelter I was taking. I kept the key you never meant to give, and locked myself inside the safer door. I lived inside your borrowed skin until I almost forgot my own. The world outside stayed sharp and thin, while everything inside you felt like home. I was not falling, I was running, and you were simply where the running stopped. You started noticing the way I vanished, the way my answers always came from you. I tried to bring a piece of me back in. It felt like dragging broken glass through silk. I watched you start to love the empty version, the one that only existed when you spoke. I almost told the truth and then said nothing, because the silence kept the shelter standing. I kept the key you never meant to give, and turned it every time the outside called. I lived inside your borrowed skin until I almost forgot my own. The world outside stayed sharp and thin, while everything inside you felt like home. I was not falling, I was running, and you were simply where the running stopped. One morning, the skin began to feel too tight. One morning, I could hear my own name again. The shelter cracked under the weight of staying. I stepped back out into the sharper air. I still remember how the quiet felt, and how the quiet almost cost me everything. I lived inside your borrowed skin until I almost forgot my own. The world outside stayed sharp and thin, while everything inside you felt like home. I was not falling, I was running, and you were simply where the running stopped. Now I am learning how to stand outside. Skin is gone, the name returns. I breathe the sharper air.
I already taste the burn before the match is struck. Still I strike it every single time. I'm at the exits while I'm walking in. Count the warnings like they might protect me. Your name still sits behind my teeth at night. I spit it out and swallow it again. I know the shape of every coming bruise. I know the sound the silence makes when you leave. Yeah, when the message lights I answer first, as if the damage hasn't already been done. I tell myself this time will be the last, then watch my feet already turning back. I'm still climbing back into the fire, even though the smoke has filled my lungs. I know that take another piece. Still I offer what is left to burn. There is no surprise left in the pain. Only the familiar pull of coming home to I practice walking past the old address and stop and press my palm against the door. The wood still holds the temperature of us. I feel it through the paint and start to shake. I write the ending in a dozen drafts, then delete the only version that is true. The body learns what the mind refuses and keeps returning to the same soft ruin. I tell myself a lesson has been learned, then feel the lesson sliding off my skin. I'm still climbing back into the fire, even though the smoke has filled my lungs. I know the heat will take another piece. Still I offer what is left to burn. There is no surprise left in the pain. Only the familiar pull of coming home to it. One night, the fire might refuse to light. One night, the door might finally stay locked. I almost hope for that small mercy, then catch myself already reaching for the key. The addiction wears the face of missing you, and I keep feeding it the only name it knows. I'm still climbing back into the fire, even though the smoke has filled my lungs. I know the heat will take another piece. Still I offer what is left to burn. There is no surprise left in the pain. Only the familiar pull of coming home to it. And I am already halfway through the door. The match is struck. The smoke begins. I step inside again. I already reached the end of every open door and found another door that does not open. You let me close enough to feel the heat, but never close enough to feel the core. I map the distance that remains between us, even when there is no space left to map. I speak the words that used to move you once. They land and disappear without a trace. I watch you listen with the careful kindness of someone who has already left the room. I keep adjusting every approach I know. And still the center stays exactly closed. You are a closed circuit I cannot enter.
touch my face and look through both my eyes, as if the looking might eventually arrive. I wait for the arrival that keeps not coming, and call the waiting by a softer name. I invent the reasons you remain unreachable, then invent the reasons I should stay anyway. The body keeps believing in the nearness, while everything that matters stays elsewhere. I keep adjusting every approach I know. And still the center stays exactly sealed. You are a closed circuit I cannot enter. I keep completing loops that lead nowhere. The current runs through everything but me. I feel the warmth and never touch the source. I stay because the almost is still something, and something is the most I have been given. One night the circuit might briefly open. One night the current might finally include me. I almost stop hoping for the opening, then feel the old familiar almost pull me back. I do not know how long the almost can sustain. I only know I have not yet learned to leave. You are a closed circuit I cannot enter. I keep completing loops that lead nowhere. The current runs through everything but me. I feel the warmth and never touch the source. I stay because the almost is still something, and something is the most I have been given. And I am still completing every loop. The circuit stays closed. The current runs on. I remain outside the only door.
We already know the blocking by heart, the lighting cue, the practice turn of the head. You enter stage left with the perfect smile. I meet you center with the perfect line. We hit the marks we set 100 nights ago. The audience of two still claps on time. I feel the script growing thinner in my hands. You feel the custom getting harder to breathe in. We keep delivering every promise gesture while counting down the pages left to go. The spotlight never asks if we still mean it. It only asks if we can still perform. This is the curtain call for two. We bow on cue and wait for the applause that only we can hear inside the dark. is getting longer. I start to wonder what would happen if we stopped, if we just stood there and refused the next beat. You start to wonder the same thing in the same breath. We both keep moving, so the question dies. The spotlight never asks if we still mean it. It only asks if we can still pretend. For the only one still watching and discover whether anything remains. This is the curtain call for two. We bow on cue and wait for the applause that only we can hear inside the dark. I take your hand the way the scene requires. You look at me the way the scene requires, and neither of us knows when we stopped believing, until the moment we both choose to leave the stage. The lights stay down, the script stays closed. We walk off separate sides of the same dark.
You'll never say the way your hands move when you're almost real. I built the silence into conversation, mapped the pauses where your voice should live. You walk past me in ordinary daylight, while the other you stays up all night with me. I memorize the tilt of an invented smile, rehearse the arguments we never had. The more the living version drifts and softens, the sharper your imagined edges get. I'm losing track of which one leaves the room, which one I chase when the door swings shut. I fell for the glass version of you, the one that never flinches, never lies. I keep polishing the surface till it cuts, then blame the blood on how the light arrives. frequency I tuned too tight. I fell for the glass version of you, the one that never flinches, never lies. I keep polishing the surface till it cuts, then blame the blood on how the light arrives. You're clearer in the dark I manufacture than anything that daylight ever proves. And I don't know which one I'm losing now. The glass keeps singing after you walk out. I answer it because it still knows my name. We still hang the keys on the same small hook, still circle the table like the chairs, remember? You pour the coffee the way you always did. I thank you with the same automatic smile. We talk about the weather and the bills, or something older sits between the cups. I used to know the weight of every silence. Now every silence feels like borrowed time. You leave a light on in the hallway still. I leave the door unlocked out of habit. We move around the edges of what we were, careful not to touch the opener. Said out loud. You laugh at something on the evening news. I almost reach across the space and stop. The gesture hangs unfinished in the air, like a sentence neither of us wants to finish. I get your reflection in the darkened glass, and for a second see the face I used to know. Then it settles back into the stranger who shares my name and sleeps 3 feet away. We keep the volume low enough to hear the distance growing underneath the quiet. These are the rooms we still share. The walls keep the shape of earlier years. I pass you the songs and feel the years fold themselves between the ordinary words. We're learning how to live inside the echo of everything we already said out loud. I almost say the old familiar thing. You almost answer with the old familiar look. We both pull back before the words can land and choose the safer version of the night. The house still holds the heat of what we were, but neither of us lives there anymore. These are the rooms we still share. The walls keep the shape of earlier years. I pass you the songs and feel the years fold themselves between the ordinary words. We're learning how to live inside
hear your voice and lose the thread again. The body keeps voting for the bride of danger, while the mind keeps drafting exit strategies. I want the soft landing and the free fall. I want them both and cannot choose in time. I keep walking toward the safer dark, then turning back toward the open flame. I know the cost of every possible choice, and still I stand here calculating loss. One path will keep me whole and mostly cold. The other might destroy what still remains. I try to build a life that does not need you. Fill the calendar with ordinary light, then feel the old familiar restlessness, like something essential has been left outside. You never asked me to abandon safety. You only stand there being what you are, and that alone is enough to tilt the scale toward the version of me that wants the burn. I want the soft landing and the free fall. I want them both, and the wanting never ends. I keep walking toward the safer dark, then turning back toward the open flame. I know the cost of every possible choice, yet still I stand here calculating loss. One path will keep me whole and mostly cold. The other might destroy what still remains. Perhaps the safest thing is still a kind of risk. Perhaps the fire can be held without consuming. I do not know the answer yet, only the tension, the constant motion between two true needs. I am learning how to stand inside the wanting without demanding that it resolve tonight. I keep walking toward the safer dark, then turning back toward the open flame. I know the cost of every possible choice, yet still I stand here calculating loss. One path will keep me whole and mostly cold. The other might destroy what still remains. And I am still suspended in between. The dark stays quiet, the flame stays bright. I remain in the space that holds them both. I already disappear the moment you look away. The edges of me start to blur and thin. I check the mirror when you leave the room to make sure the face is still attached. Without it, everything begins to drift. I practice existing in the empty hours. It feels like holding water in both hands. I wait for the next time you say my name, because the name is the only proof I have. I used to think the needing was a phase. Now I know the needing is the structure. I am only real when I am held. The rest of the time I start to fade. Your hands are the frame that keeps the picture. Without them I become the empty space. I do not know how to stay solid alone. I only know the shape you give to me. You laugh and something in my chest locks in. You go quiet and the lock begins to fail. I fill the silence with invented versions of what you might be thinking when you turn. I hate the way the needing makes me small, yet every time I try to cut it loose, the cutting only makes the fading faster. So I keep the rope and call the rope a choice. I used to think the needing was a phase. Now I know the needing is the only flaw. I am only real when I am held. The rest of the time I start to fade. Your hands are the frame that keeps the picture. Without them I become the empty space. I do not know how to stay solid alone. I only know the shape you give to me. One day the hands might open and stay open. One day the frame might simply walk away. I rehearse the moment in the darker hours and feel the edges already starting to dissolve. I do not know who I would be without the holding. I only know the terror of the question. I am only real when I am held. The rest of the time I start to fade. Your hands are the frame that keeps the picture. Without them I become the empty space. I do not know how to stay solid alone. I only know the shape you give to me. And I am already thinning at the edges. The hands stay closed. The frame stays near. I stay real a little longer. I already locked the door from the outside. The key's still warm in the palm. I won't open. You sleep like the world has never hurt you. I watch the rise and fall and memorize it. I've learned the exact weight of your breathing, the way it changes when the nightmare starts. I used to think that staying was the proof. Now I know that staying can be the wound. The gentlest thing I have left to give you is the sound of my footsteps leaving. I rehearse
words until they lose their edges, then say them softer than I ever planned. This is the kindest exit I can make, not because the love has grown too thin, but because the love is still too loud, and I refuse to let it keep on bruising. I leave the light on so you won't wake lost. I leave it quiet so you can finally rest. You ask me in the morning if I'm okay. I answer with the version that protects you. I pack the smallest things while you are gone, the ones that would remind you I was here. I write the note and tear it up 3 times until the only sentence left is honest. I'm going because I love you past the point where staying will still look like love. I rehearse the silence until it feels like mercy, then close the door softer than I ever planned. This is the kindest exit I can make, not because the love has grown too thin, but because the love is still too loud, and I refuse to let it keep on bruising. I leave the light on so you won't wake lost. I leave it quiet so you can finally rest. If I stay, I become the slow destruction. If I go, I become the sudden absence. Both versions hurt, but only one stops growing. I choose the cut that doesn't keep expanding. You will hate me for a little while, then maybe thank the empty side of the bag. This is the kindest exit I can make, not because the love has grown too thin, but because the love is still too loud, and I refuse to let it keep on bruising. I leave the light on so you won't wake lost. I leave it quiet so you can finally rest. And I walk out still loving every step. The key stays cold, the door stays closed, the love stays true enough to leave. You offer the soft like it's a limited edition. I take it knowing the price will change by morning. You measure every kindness on a private scale, add interest when I stay a little longer. I learn the exchange rate of your attention, how much devotion buys another night. You smile like the deal is still in my favor, while rearranging all the terms behind my back. I keep the receipts I never meant to keep, proof that I consented to the rising cost. I'm paying in the currency of soft. You spend it like it's never gonna run out. Love became a legend that you keep. Every touch a line item I can't see. I sign the bottom with another yes, while the balance tips further into red. You call it care when you collect the debt. I call it staying when I should've left. Draw affection like a warning shot, then deposit just enough to keep me hoping. I start to ration what I give in return, afraid the next withdrawal will be final. You praise the way I never asked for more, as if my silence is the highest form of love. I practice looking grateful for the scraps while calculating what I've already lost. I'm paying in the currency of soft. You spend it like the well will never dry. Love became the ledger that you keep. Every touch a line item I can't see. I sign the bottom with another yes, while the balance tips further into red. You call it care when you collect the debt. I call it staying when I should have left. One day the numbers stop making sense. One day the soft feels more like obligation. I watch you count what I still owe and realize the debt was never mine. The transaction ends the moment I refuse to keep converting feeling into payment. Love became the ledger that you keep. Every touch a line item I can't see. I sign the bottom with another yes, while the balance tips further into red. You call it care when you collect the debt. I call it staying when I should have left. And I'm done balancing the books for you. Oh, the soft runs out, the ledger closes. I walk away, still owing nothing. You stand inside the same familiar body, but something essential has been rearranged. The laugh arrives a half second too late. The eyes look past me toward another room. I try the old jokes, the old soft touches. They land on someone who no longer lives here. I watch you practice being who you are becoming, while I keep speaking to the one you left behind. I keep adjusting to the moving target, afraid that if I stop I will lose you completely. I am learning the name you use now. It does not fit inside my mouth the same. I practice saying it until it feels less foreign. Yet every time I speak it something breaks. You are still standing in the doorway, but the person I loved has already gone ahead. You tell me stories from a life I never shared. I nod as if I recognize the details. I find your old handwriting in a book and almost cry because the letters still know me. You ask if I am happy for the change. I say the version of the truth that keeps you near. At night I whisper to the ceiling the old name just to remember how it used to sound. I keep adjusting to the moving target, afraid that if I stop the distance will become permanent. after both of you. The old name fades, the new one settles. I learned to answer silence. I already chose the exact place to cut, soft enough that you will thank me for the wound. I learned the map of every tender spot. You left the lights on so I could study them. I give the smile you used to beg for, then take it back before it reaches the eyes. I stay the night and leave before the morning, just long enough to make the absence loud. You ask me why I keep returning. I answer with the same soft lie you once used. I keep the ledger balanced in my head. Every kindness is a debt I mean to call. This is the softest blade I own. It slides in quiet and it stays. I give you just enough to hope, then watch the hope become the pain. You taught me how the gentle kill is done. Now I return the lesson, note for note. I memorize the way you breathe in changes. When you believe the past might still be soft, I let the silence stretch until you fill it with every apology I never asked to hear. I touch the scar you still refuse to name, and press just hard enough to make it speak. You think this is the start of something healing. I know it is the careful end of you. I keep the ledger balanced in my head. Every kindness is a debt already due. This is the softest blade I own. It slides in quiet and it stays. I give you just enough to hope, then watch the hope become the pain. You taught me how the gentle kill is done. Now I return the lesson, note for note. One night the blade might finally refuse. One night the hand might open instead of close. I almost hope the softness wins, then feel the older, colder will return. The revenge was never loud or sudden. It was the slow replacement of every mercy. This is the softest blade I own. It slides in quiet and it stays. I give you just enough to hope, then watch the hope become the pain. You taught me how the gentle kill is done. Now I return the lesson, note for note. And I will keep the wound exactly clean. The blade stays soft, the ledger closes. I walk away unpaid. We already know the shape of every hour, and still refuse to give the
the hours a name. You stay the night and leave before the language. I keep the warmth and never ask for more. We speak in touches that avoid the future. We build a present that refuses doors. I know the exact weight of your attention. You know the exact temperature of mine. We never say the word that would define us, because the word would make the ending real. We keep the hours carefully unnamed, so nothing has to end when morning comes. These are the unnamed hours we still share. No promise, no direction, no claim. We give each other everything but forever, and call the everything enough for now. I do not ask you where the road is going. You do not ask me if I want to stay. I watch you dress and feel the quiet leaving. You watch me stay and feel the quiet stay. We have perfected the art of almost loving, without the weight that loving always brings. I invent the reasons this can last forever, then invent the reasons it cannot. The body keeps the score of every closeness, while every future stays deliberately blank. We keep the hours carefully unnamed, so nothing has to break when daylight comes. These are the unnamed hours we still share. No promise, no direction, no claim. We give each other everything but forever, and call the everything enough for now. I do not ask you where the road is going. You do not ask me if I want to stay. One morning, the name might finally arrive. One morning, one of us might need the word. I almost hope the needing never comes home. Then feel the quiet fear that it already has. We have built a home from pure temporary, and lived inside it longer than we planned. in the corridor at work. I memorize the way your shoulders move. I keep the jokes you never meant for me, and laugh at them again when I am home. I know the exact week you changed your hair. I noticed when the tide reached your eyes. I never spoke the sentences I wrote. They stayed inside the notebook by the bed. The years keep folding smaller in my chest, yet every folded year still holds your name. These are the unsent hours I still keep, the ones that never found a place to land. I carry them the way some people carry keys, always ready for a door that never opens. I do not need the answer anymore. I only need the quiet of having loved. You mentioned someone lightly over lunch. I smile the smile that does not reach the bone. I ask the proper questions, not on time, then walk the long way back so I can breathe. At night I let the version of you stay, the one who turns and finally sees me there. By morning that version has to leave. I send it out and lock the window after. The years keep folding smaller in my chest, yet every folded year still knows your shape. These are the unsent hours I still keep, the ones that never found a place to land. I carry them the way some people carry keys, always ready for a door that never opens. I do not need the answer anymore. I only need the quiet of having loved. If you ever asked, I would not tell the truth. The truth is too long and too carefully kept. It has become furniture of my silence. The chair I sit in when the day is done. I have grown used to loving without witness, and find a strange peace in remaining unseen. These are the unsent hours I still keep, the ones that never found a place to land. I carry them the way some people carry keys, always ready for a door that never opens. I do not need the answer anymore. I only need the quiet of having loved, and I will keep it quieter still. The notebook closes, the corridor stays empty, the hours remain